Hi, everybody, and welcome. Imagine that you can feel that life is completely alive. That when you look at flower, when you look at plants, when you look at the mountain, you see that everything is vibrating and alive. Imagine that you can look at somebody and see how the energy moving in the body and around the body. You can see their chakra, you can see their aura, you can see how the energy interact between people. Imagine that you can look inside yourself and also feel how it moves inside your body. And if you feel any discomfort, emotional, psychological, you can shift and move it. That's exactly what I'm going to teach in the energy reading course. And in the following slides, I'm going to explain more in details. So please join me. So who is it for? First of all, it's for anyone who feels drawn to do this course. Energy reading, it's an amazing opportunity to connect to yourself and to connect to life in general. And if you incline to the energy world and to see how energy function in the body, between people, in nature, this is a great opportunity. Of course, it will be great for those in the healing profession like acupuncturists, osteopaths, counseling, social workers. For me, myself, as an acupuncturist, actually I developed this tool because I felt I would like to have a bit more tools online in order to diagnose and to treat patients. It helps me to see in the same moment exactly how the energy moves in the body, what's happening when people think a certain thought or feel a certain emotion, even to go backwards in time and to see how the energy was many years ago, even in the time in the uterus. When you work with energy reading, you realize that actually there's no limit to what you see and where you can go with it. Only the imagination is the limit. How can you benefit from this? So we can benefit from this in many different ways. First, it's an amazing opportunity to know ourselves, to know and to get to feel in first hand how the energy flows in the body and how with our mind and with our emotion we're affecting the flow of energy in our body and how it's affect everything in us inside our life, internally and externally. Second, if you are in the healing profession, it's an amazing tool for diagnosis because when you see the energy in a online, like in a direct view, you can have immediate feedback on whatever you do. If you put an acupuncture needle, you see how the energy move. If you talk to the person, if you manipulate anything, you can always see how the energy move. It's an important tool for treatment, of course, because if as an acupuncturist, for example, I see that certain meridian is blocked, I know how can I open it. If I see a certain point, I can feel the vibration in that point and know if to use it or not to use it. If I put a needle, I can see if the needle is actually effective in that point, or maybe I should move it to another. I'm not an osteopath, but I believe that the same holds for any healing profession because you can see with your mind eyes inside the body and see the imbalance, and then depend on what you've been studying, you can help the person shift the energy with the tools that you have. I find it amazing to enhance the connection with life in general, because when you are connecting through energy, you feel that everything is alive. You see how plants are interacting with each other. You see how people interacting with each other. You feel that actually you are part of everything. And this is just beautiful to be alive like this. And of course, it's raising spiritual awareness to unity, because all this teaching and all this system is based on a sense of I am part of everything and I allow everything to reflect in my being. So what would we learn? First is the anatomy of the human energy system. Like we have anatomy, physical anatomy, we have energy anatomy, which comprise of the chakras, the seven chakras, the meridian lines, the aura, and the infinite aura, which is our spiritual being. So of course we go in details and explain each and every part. Yeah, so here you can see different ways of describing the chakras. We'll go through them. You can see the different colors to the aura, to the chakras. And a schematic way, the way the chakras are manifesting in the body. As well, we understand each chakra, what it's functioning for, and what is the mind-body reaction that will block a chakra or will take it out of balance. Yeah. Then, of course, we learn how to see the energy. So, of course, we work on it, but really seeing the energy is actually quite simple, and it's moving from the mind into the heart and allowing the information to come straight into our heart and not to be blocked in the mind, to process it in the mind, to allow all the senses to report straight to the heart. This is the essence of how we're seeing energy. So how do we see energy? We can perceive it through our physical sensation. So we might get it as a movement sensation. We might feel it as emotions. We may feel it as images or other effects. So whatever sense is strong in us is the sight, the auditory, the visual. All these senses will manifest for us to see the energy. And as we're working, you'll discover the strongest sense that you have through which you can see the energy. We call it seeing the energy, so we get the illusion that actually I have to see it. But actually it's not about seeing, it's about perceiving the energy through whatever sense that is strong for you. So just small examples. For example, this is a clear white, and if we try to perceive it, it will do something to our system. Yeah, we can compare it to the blue. You see that it creates something different inside you. To another color, just follow inside, pay attention inside, and you'll see that you're feeling something different. Another color, each color, different sensation altogether. So with color is very straightforward because it's plain. It's affecting us straightforward. But we can also look at something very complicated as this mandala, and it will do something to you. So when I say it will do something, it's not something I need to think. We feel it inside our system that something has happened to us when we're interacting with this image. Yeah. Beautiful flower will do something else to us. Then we can go to beautiful people like Ramana Maharishi. It will affect us in a very profound way because the energy is captured in the image. Lovely Muji, another effect. Ama. Each one will give us different sensation. This means energy reading. Actually, we let the information register in our being and we feel it. Another subject we look at is what is the origin of imbalance. How come there is imbalance in the body, in the mind, in the emotion? So we're born clean, transparent, you can say. We fed beautiful, we felt comfortable. But as life evolved, some of us didn't have an easy upbringing, maybe social interaction were difficult, and it created different patterns of being that actually affecting us along life, along the way. So as we're working with energy reading, we're learning to see what kind of chakra imbalance, aura imbalance there is, and how it's connected to the way we've been brought up. Okay. You can compare what's happening later, like a barcode. that we go shopping, because in this barcode actually there is information which we've been programmed, and as the life force entering and touching this information, that's how life manifests in us. And as we do inner work, and as we do energy reading and understanding what's happening with us, we can see what kind of conditioning, in a way, what kind of barcode or program we have inside us, that's actually through that our life are manifesting. And what is the mind-body interaction? Because this program will come from the mind and will affect each and every chakra and the aura, and actually our whole life in a very specific way that we're going to understand through the course. As well, we're going to learn how the mind-body imbalance reflecting in the chakra and in the aura, meaning that every thought and emotion will affect and reflect in the aura in a certain way. Basically saying, if we're negative, it will come very close to the body and will get very dark and in a way not clean. And if we are positive and happy, it'll go far away. Yeah. But more than that, if we have a certain inclination, for example, more for masculine dominance, it'll be more on the right. If the energy is more in the head and we don't allow ourselves to feel and to be in direct contact with ourselves and with the body, so the aura will be more in the top part of our body. Or another example is when the energy is extremely big around the body, and it's come many times from fear of being myself. Hence, I want everybody to see me in a certain way, and I don't allow actually the aura or myself to be in my original position. Also, we'll learn how energy interacts between people, and this is very, very valuable for anyone who works with therapy, because you can visualize the two people, let's say your client and their spouse or whatever relationship they have, and you can already see with your mind eye how their energy interacts and get a lot of information from that, which helps you to understand the patterns which your client is presenting. So just for example, when everything is harmony, so the two people in the relationship, each one have their own life in balance, and then they meeting together to create a third unity, which is their life together, but it's not codependency. But most of the time it's not like this, and we have some codependency that one gives this and the other one gives that, and it's okay, but sometimes it's not okay. It doesn't feel comfortable. Yeah. Or there can be a situation that two people are completely sharing the same energy field because they don't separate from each other, and they lost in a way their identity, and yeah, so they lost their identity. Yeah. Classic one is when people are having tension between them, and then the energy separates, and then there's a lot of rigidity in the energy field. So thank you for joining me on this video. In 2 weeks, we're going to start another course, and we hope you join us. You can always send me an email or WhatsApp, and I'm looking forward to see you. Until then, take care. Have a beautiful life.